Thank you. Okay, that's the hook I needed. Okay, a lot of free publicity has to do with the story. Remember that story? But also, people just, or to get publicity in Sunset or these other magazines, they don't want just pictures of the artwork, they want the artist doing the artwork. If you do plein air, they want you, wouldn't that be great? There you are in a Khoi Poo with your easel and stuff, and somebody's got a great shot, and there's the picture, and there's the picture, the image you're making. Wouldn't that be fabulous? They always want pictures now of people doing action stuff. If you're working with your jewelry, you're out on the beach, think about more creative, not just your work room, etc. That's what is very important. They now, if you look, they want people action. And it's great because then whoever, if it gets into Sunset, which you'll see if they have a picture of me sitting at a table, it's the visual. Oh, I remember you were in Sunset, or etc. So that's a very good point. Thank you about action. They want action besides the artwork. Yeah, go on.
Can we cover pricing now? How do you
yes, that's what we're going to do. It's very important. Calm me down. Pricing. And when you first started, he had for an 18 by 20 or 20 by 20?
16 by 20.
16 by 20 is not very big.
Yeah, for original.
Frame, unframed? Unframed.
$800 is what I did.
I see.
What's the medium? I didn't know.
It's
medium.
Oil on canvas.
Okay, number one, pricing. It has to do, and this is the main phrase that you can write down, what will the market bear? Number one. That's your biggest question. You will go around to galleries and see what sizes, quote, for original works are selling. That's one good way. Price yours accordingly to that. Medium. Oil paints, I'm sorry to say, and it's changing, they're the most valued. That's always been. An original oil is going to be more valuable than an acrylic original. It's getting better though. Same with pastel, same with watercolor. Watercolor's actually up there really over the years. People are really getting value for watercolor, original watercolors. But oil's number one, etc. So an original oil painting, depending on the size, will be, there's going to be a range. Our friend gets 800, that means, let's think 50-50. Galleries, I do, most every gallery is going to be 50-50. 8, it's going to be 8, and 8 is 16. So, under 2,000 for that size or a little larger. What's it also, what's it on? Is it on canvas? That's unframed, right? Is it on canvas? Is it on the board? On the frame, the panels that you're doing, etc. That makes a difference. If it's unframed, what does it cost with the frame, etc. So, what will the market bear? You will go around. What's in Princeville right now? What's that selling? What is in out in another part of the island, etc. Remember, you're only getting half of that. It also, so the pricing would be on size, actual size, etc. Okay, does that make sense to you, everyone?
Yeah, so when we set a price, we set the price according to what we want as an artist.
You look around when you go to the gallery. The other factor would be reputation. I will get more for my work because I've been kicking around for over 40 years. You may be a new kid on the block. Roberta has a reputation, etc. So there's status involved in that, and the price will be up accordingly. So think about that. George Allen on Maui, he gets big prices because he's been doing the palette painting for many, many years, etc. So you have to throw that equation in also. If you want to move them, bring the price. This is what I tell everybody. If you want to move them, bring the price down a little bit from what the other galleries aren't showing. The gallery will like that because it's a little more, that $500 range. which is under 1,000. That's one range, under 1,000. Okay, write that down. Next range is the mid-range 1,500. And then from there it goes to, the range would be 2 to 2,500. And then you really go up from there with large $700 frames that you have to pay for.
What about photography?
Photography, right now it's all digital. If you work in darkroom, that has more value than digitally produced work.
How can you tell?
It's what the market is
I
selling.
mean, how can you tell if you work in the darkroom or not?
The artist will mention, is this an original print done in the darkroom? It's a big selling point, whether it was done on a computer. There you go. And I know, and that's if you're, if you're doing original work. And you're working in photography, you will be, but not many people. Who works in the darkroom anyway? It's rare. Huh?
I still have a dark room.
Okay, do you use it?
I hardly ever
She
do.
washes, she dries her clothes in it. But basically, yeah, that's getting back to photography. It's all done in your computer, but I mean, that's just a little aside. Does that help you with pricing a bit? Yeah, go on.
A lot of people like a sale, so would you like raise your initial price and say it's a sale, like holiday sale? Is that what you would promote?
I don't like that word.
You don't
I
like
think you have
sale?
to be really
No,
careful.
I don't like that
on
word. What I do at the gallery, and you should do, is this is a new edition of Vinci Clay, or an original series. This is a new edition. This is this is why we're offering, because it's a new edition, etc. If it's a more pieces you've done in the past, or you have a reputation for, those prices can be higher. Nothing is ever on sale. Yeah.
If you sell your work to a gallery, or if they...
Well, you don't sell it, you consign it.
You consign it. So, do you set the price, or does the gallery set the price?
You would work with the gallery. You would work with the gallery. They know what would sell, etc. But the size really is your key. When you go into a gallery, the different sizes. And again, reputation would be another factor. Does that help you? Oh, go on.
Well, I was going to say, there's a famous photographer, Rodney Lowe Jr., and he still shoots in real film with amazing large formats, using Fuji and Fuji's paper and stuff. He's been compared to Ansel Adams and won many awards. I get these emails of updates and such from him, and they will send out little emails to people that have bought his work before and say, we know that you're a collector and you appreciate his work, and here's the latest, here's one, and it's always some beautiful photograph of his work with a little title, and it says, this is a very popular piece, it's about to go into the next level of pricing. If you'd like to still take advantage of this, because they only allot so many, take advantage of it now, because we know you're a smart investor and such. So they're basically giving you one last chance at the lower price. So again, it's not exactly like a sale, but it's just letting you know, people like this one, and it's going to go up soon. So that's a nice
Good.
little...
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
I just kind of bring to the question about valuing your
Yeah.
own work. Like sales, I feel tend to devalue artists' work. Like maybe this artist isn't getting as popular, maybe they're hard to sell, it's looks bad. So you see some artists just starting out with really high prices, hoping to value their work really high and just get people to go along with it. You find starting out low and then climbing at your reputation lines.
Very good point. Pricing too high is deadly. Because then what happens next? If you can't sell it, what happens? Then it really is shit. When you have to go at a lower price. That's terrible. So yeah, start low, like you're starting at would you feel comfortable?
Well, I started
really low?
like $40. I was
Okay, well,
you know.
there's ranges, etc. I did too. When I did wearable art, I started my earrings at $16. I couldn't make them fast enough. What happens then?
Prices are
Right.
All of a sudden it was,
The market tells you.
yeah, $37.50. And it was, and this is when Reagan was in office, so people were paying $85 per paper earrings. So basically it kept going up, up, up. Some galleries, like Macy's or Liberty House in the old days, they not only Keystone. Keystone is when they double the price. That's a jargon that you maybe should know about. Do you Keystone? The Keystone is the wholesale price. Wholesale is the artist price, okay? Yeah, Eve.
I work at a frame shop and artists are always asking me how much they should charge for their work. So I tell them what the owner of the art shop does. He charges $10 a square inch. So
Wow.
16 by 20, 16 plus 20 is 36, and he multiplies it by 10. So he charges 16 by 20, $360 for an unframed oil painting. But he pays very quickly, and there's no
Quick
gallery
Wow.
markup, and he doesn't do anything to push them.
I see.
People like them.
Well, that's a great price
So
point.
that's a possible
Yeah.
way of, a
Yeah.
formula for doing it.
Carol, do you like that idea?
What, just price per inch?
Yeah. Actually, that's done for murals.
Now I'm sort of stuck on the
Left
sale
over
thing.
photography
Yeah.
too.
Well, it's
For
done
photographs too?
Yeah.
Done for big ceramic murals. I worked for Design Techniques for a year, and we used to do 30 by 40 foot paint jobs, and we sold to architects, only wholesale, to architects, designers, and decorators, and they had to come to the store at 53rd West 56th Street. And they priced it by the square foot. And
By
then we
square
had
foot.
all these different combinations that you could offer onto it, like a low relief, medium relief, high relief, and the reliefs. And you could have some blank tiles and some with tiles, and so everything had its niche.
Has a price
For
point to
price
it.
range, so the architects could decide what they wanted to spend on the mural, pick it out, and then we'd lay it out, and I was
Go
the
from there.
assistant to the head designer, and then I would, lay it out, mark it.
Roberta, will you give everybody your phone number or email address? This woman is a wealth of information. That's what we're trying to, she's got it in that way. And getting back to, because we're talking about fine art, we're talking about, the different media in the room. Do you have a question, Bob?
I was wondering what the minimum price is the galleries might, not want to bother with. Did you sell it for $40 to a gallery?
I started out selling my pieces for like $40 in shows like this, PSA shows, and
We still pay 25%.
it went up and up from there. And when I went to my first commercial gallery, they helped me set the price points.
They will. They will do that.
I went in there really flexible. I was like, what do you think? And they said, well, I think it'll get this much, and it did, and it sold very well. And they started raising prices, and it still kept selling very
That's
well.
the story. That's
So-
pretty much, yeah, thank you. That's it. What will the market bear? Starting at a lower price. When you start with high prices, you see artists with good prices, which is a lot of them here. We're talking ego here. This has nothing to do with reality. We're talking ego. And that's deadly. It really is. Go on.
You would see people who just go on and on about their work
And they price it accordingly.